Well, there's a lot of great organizations in town helping veterans and helping them trying to get back on their feet. But up in Smithville, what Valor Ranch is looking to do is special stuff as well. And they've got a 5K that is taking place tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. at the National World War I Museum and Memorial. And you can register at valorranch.org. And I wanted to welcome on and say hello to the president and the founder of Valor Ranch. Debbie Childress joins us here on KCMO Talk Radio on a Friday morning. Debbie, good morning. For those who don't know, take us through Valor Ranch, its history, and the purpose here.
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me on your show. So Valor Ranch was started about 5 years ago is when we became a 501c3. I was at that time, or in years past, I had been a military spouse. My husband had done 4 tours in and around Iraq and came home with a little bit worse PTS every time he came home. And one day he just snapped, couldn't really take that anymore, and took everything we had and left. And I started over with about $2 in the bank account. With 2 kids I was homeschooling, and so, you just kind of go into survival mode, get a job, kind of get back on our feet. And so as I went through that, I decided to try to find a way to help veterans that were coming home or just had served in the past and were homeless, trying to find their way, just help them figure out life and how to get back on their feet so that other families didn't have to go through that. So that's kind of the start of Valor Ranch. And what we do now is provide transitional housing and other services such as workshops teaching budgeting, healthy eating, job skills, job training. We help them actually find jobs and just try to fill in the gap of whatever skills they're missing that are keeping them on the street. We try to fill those gaps and just help them get their lives back on track so that they can return to being a productive member of society. These guys are helpless or homeless. They're not helpless. They've been in the military. They have skills. They're smart people. We just trying to help them find their way and get back on their feet.
Well, it's amazing. As you note on your website, 55% of homeless in the U.S. are veterans, and today in Kansas City alone, there are over 1,000 homeless veterans. So there's a lot of people who need a lot of help right now in this town, and you're doing some great work there. So what else, as people are maybe looking at, hey, coming out to the 5K tomorrow, or just going to valorranch.org to learn more about you and what you have to offer? I mean, what separates you? What do you feel like makes you different in terms of what you built here with Valor Ranch?
Well, I think what's different about it is that what we're working towards is buying property to build an actual working ranch. So it's going to be very much a retreat setting, kind of away from sirens, away from things that might be triggers for them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be really fun to be out, just away from that stuff. Right now we're in Smithville. We're actually housing homeless veterans in my house, which was never really part of the business plan. But how do I say no when I have empty rooms in my house and there's people that need them, and those people are the reason that I have a nice warm house to sleep in? I just can't say no. So that's what we've been doing, but we're working towards hopefully buying maybe somewhere around 50 acres, and we're getting very close to that, very close to ready to buy. But I think what separates us is we'll just have all of the services right there in one facility, the equine therapy, dog therapy, all the workshops that they need. We'll have therapists that come in, for like the mental health piece of it. They will come out to the ranch. Everything will be right there for them except their jobs, and we'll get them to their jobs and provide those services. So it's really exciting where we're headed.
Wow, that is. And, God bless you. That's amazing. And it looks like you got great weather tomorrow morning for that 5K at the National World War I Museum and Memorial. So people can just go to valorranch.org, right? That's the best way to get a hold of you and what you guys are doing there.
Yeah, it is. I think tomorrow's going to be a great day. It looks to be in the low 60s at race time and sunny. I think it's just going to be a perfect day. We're excited about everybody coming out, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. They can register still at valorranch.org, or they can even just show up and register that morning. That's okay, too.
Oh, that's great. Well, Debbie, I mean, that's an inspirational story, an incredible story. And, of course, those veterans who are in your home right now, when we get off the phone, please give them our best here at KCMO Talk Radio, and we'll talk to you soon. Really appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you so much.
You as well. Have a great day. That is Debbie Childress, ValorRanch.org, doing great work in Smithville.